In this video, we're going to build an integration using the Zapier platform. Feel free to follow along and build the integration yourself. You can always pause the video along the way if you need to. By the end of the video, we'll have built an integration that can trigger a Zap when a new repository is created in GitHub. To follow along, you'll need a Zapier account and a GitHub account, so if you don't have those already, you'll want to pause the video and set those up. To get started, go to Zapier.com/platform and click My Integrations. From here, click Start a Zapier integration. Fill out the name, description, and other required fields, and when you're ready, click the blue Create button at the bottom. First, we're going to set up authentication, which will allow us to connect our GitHub account to Zapier using basic authentication. Zapier supports several types of authentication. For example, your API might use OAuth 2, but we're using basic authentication in this demo because it's quick and simple to set up. I'll go ahead and select Basic Auth from the dropdown. To set up authentication, we need to choose a test endpoint. Typically, an API will have an endpoint that returns the authenticated user's information, like /me or /user. For GitHub, that endpoint is https://api.github.com/user. So let's type that in this field here. Now click Save and Continue. We'll want to test this to make sure we have everything set up correctly. Click Connect an Account. This is where you will enter your GitHub username and personal access token, which you can get by going to github.com/settings/tokens. You should now see your account under Step 2 as shown here. Now click Save and Finish. Now we're going to add a trigger that will pull GitHub for new repos. From the sidebar on the left, click Triggers, then click Add Trigger. I'm going to set the key to new_repository, the name to new repository, the noun to just repository, and a simple description, triggers when a new repository is created. Click Save and Continue when you're ready to move on. In the API Configuration tab, set this URL as the API endpoint. Then click Save API Request and Continue. Click Test Your Request to run a test call to that endpoint. You should see the response data under the Response tab here. In this case, it's an array of objects representing all the repos in my account. Click Finish Testing and Continue. You'll then be asked to define some sample data. Sample data will be used in the Zap editor if the user doesn't test the trigger when they set up their Zap. I'd like to use the response we got when we tested it just a moment ago, so I'll click here. Now click Save Output and Finish. Now I can set up Zapier to do whatever I'd like when a new repository is created. For example, if I have a Google Sheets spreadsheet with all of my repos, I can add a new row to that spreadsheet whenever a new one is created. Zapier connects with over 1,500 apps, so the possibilities are nearly endless. For more information, visit Zapier.com/platform. Thanks for watching.